Yo, what's up, my friends? It's Steve from Straight Fire Picks. We got best bets for NBA here for you today on Tuesday, November 28th, 2023. We're going to have NBA player props, spreads, predictions here for you today. We got 4 picks that make great value bets for this Tuesday NBA slate. As always, we'd just like to thank you all for your continued support here on the channel. If you're new to the channel here today, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We are on the road to 7,000 subscribers. Make sure you guys give us a follow on social media as well, at Straightfire Picks, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, for recaps, things like that, additional content. Be sure to also drop your favorite pick down below in the comment section. If you like your pick included in our comment capper section, just be sure to put a star or an asterisk next to your pick. I'll include your pick in the video. And one last thing, make sure you guys check out our Discord page as well. It's absolutely free. We get more access to picks, research, chat, things like that. I'll link down below in the description and the comment section for that as well. And without further ado, guys, let's go over our results from yesterday. So it was another great day in the NBA for us. We're on an 8-2 NBA run. We went 2-1 yesterday. We cashed both of our spreads with the Washington Wizards plus 3.5 and the 76ers minus 5 spread. That's 6 straight spreads that we've hit here at the channel. So we love to see that. Missed our player prop, unfortunately, or one of them got voided. Nikola Jokic didn't end up playing. And then we missed our other player prop in Herb Jones over 12.5 points and assists. He got to 10 late, had a late 3-point attempt that he missed, so he could have gotten there, but unfortunately he did not. We did also cash day 1 of our ladder challenge as well, guys. You guys will see that up on the screen. We cashed day 1. We move on to day 2 today. We'll have that out later, probably closer to noon, 12 o'clock or so. We'll have day 2 of the ladder challenge. That was a pretty good ladder, too. It ended up being plus 144, so I love that. Love starting out that way. We'll use all of those funds, 24.44 on day 2 of our ladder. So I will let you know what we have later for that. Outside of that, I think that's everything for our results. As far as our comment cappers, did have one call out. Anthony Thornhill called the Philadelphia 76ers minus 4.5. Obviously, they covered that. So great call out there. We'd love to see it, guys. Let's keep it rolling here in the NBA, though, guys. Like I said, 8-2 NBA run. Let's keep that rolling. We've gotten things going nicely. Let's get after it today. Let's get right into our picks here. At number 1, we're going with the Houston Rockets plus 4.5 spread here versus the Dallas Mavericks. Minus 108 odds on FanDuel. Guys, I'm really becoming a fan of this team, the Houston Rockets. The Rockets remind me a lot of like a team like the Magic, a younger team playing really well, covering spreads, which is what we like to see. Rockets here 10-3-1 against the spread, absolutely incredible. Mavericks here 8-8 against the spread. Rockets 3-2 on the road against the spread. Mavericks 2-4 at home against the spread. So obviously, we like those numbers. We've seen the Rockets here win 8 out of their last 11 games. They've lost none of those games. Of those 3 games that they lost no more by 6 points. So they've kept every game close at the minimal. And like I said, they've won 8 out of 11. They're one of the hotter teams in the NBA. When I look up and down the Mavericks roster, outside of Kyrie and Doncic, I just don't really trust anybody else. On the Rockets, you got some guys like Fred VanVleet, Jalen Green, Sengun is really coming on nice this year. Dillon Brooks kind of adds a nice element to the Rockets, believe it or not, of just having a little bit of tenacity, which they needed. We've seen their defense make a massive improvement from last year to this. They're 3rd in defensive efficiency this year, the Rockets are, while the Mavericks are sitting back at 24th in defensive efficiency. So this Rockets team, how they've been getting it done, they've really been playing better defense, which is really good to see. And obviously Brooks adds a lot to that, guys like VanVleet. Offensively, Mavericks 4th in offensive efficiency. Rockets 17th in offensive efficiency. Rockets last year 1-3 versus the Mavericks. They won a game by 9, lost by 6, lost by 5, and lost by 15. So even with a team last year that wasn't very good in the Rockets, they were not a very good team last year. They kept most games close versus the Mavericks, which is what we're looking for, obviously, here. This Rockets team, like I said, so much better on defense. That's really the difference I think we're going to see in Dallas. I think they actually pull off the victory here. So, love it there for our number 1 pick. We're going Houston Rockets plus 4.5 spread here versus the Dallas Mavericks. Minus 108 odds here on FanDuel. Okay, and at number 2, we're going with Evan Mobley. Over 15.5 points here for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Minus 115 odds here on DraftKings. So we got Evan Mobley here, guys, over in 4 out of 6 career games versus the Hawks. So we'd like to see that. He's 8 out of his last 10 to this over. 4 of 9 so far to this over at home. So his numbers took a little bit of a dip at home. He's averaging 15.9 points per game at home versus 16.8 on the road. look at it that way, it's really not that bad. It's fairly close. I don't mind it as far as that goes. He just hasn't been hitting the over a lot at home. But this is a great positional matchup, and that's why I couldn't pass it up. It's too good of a positional matchup. Hawks here, guys, allowing the third most points to power forwards this season. So I love that matchup here for Mobley. I think he can get it done. He's been staying out of foul trouble this year as well. He's had no more than 4 fouls in any game this year, which I like seeing that. I like guys that we could trust and rely on. And I think here you're going to see Mobley, like I said, have a lot of great opportunity to hit this over. He's coming out of one of his worst shooting games of the season where he shot 5 out of 14. But got enough shot attempts, obviously, up to cash the over. He didn't hit the over last game. It was one of the 2 in the last 10 that he didn't hit. And he had a lot of shot attempts. So, like seeing that. I think we should continue to see that here at home. Get those shot attempts, and he should have a great shot to hit this over. So, love it there for our number 2 pick, guys. We're going Evan Mobley, over 15.5 points here for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Minus 115 odds here on DraftKings. Okay, and at number 3, we are going with Cameron Johnson, under 24.5 PRAs here for the Brooklyn Nets. Minus 105 odds here on DraftKings. So we got Cameron Johnson here, guys, under in 6 out of 9 games so far this season. 4 out of 6 home games for the year. Like I said, this is not a good positional matchup for Cameron Johnson. Raptors here allowing the fewest assists, the 6th fewest rebounds, and the 13th fewest of points to power forward. So obviously we like seeing that. I think Cam Johnson, like I said, has a great shot to go under him. As we know, the Nets are kind of a small lineup. That's why I see Cam Johnson play the power forward position at times. So you got Toronto here allowing the 13th fewest threes in the NBA as well. So they're on the better half. And why I mention that is the 3-point shot is a big part of Cam Johnson's game. So they defend the 3-point line fairly well. This isn't obviously a great matchup for Cam Johnson. For the season, he's averaging 23 PRAs a game. He's under in 4 out of 5 career games versus the Raptors as well. And obviously, a different situation when you're playing in Phoenix. Those games were when he was a member of the Suns. But here, I see him going under. Honestly, with this being, the Raptors have a lot of big guys underneath. Siakam, Poeltl, and Barnes, big physical guys. It's just hard to get rebounds, hard to get assists against this team. And obviously, like I said, they defend the 3-point line fairly well. So love it there, guys, for number 3 pick. We're going Cam Johnson, under 24.5 PRAs here for the Brooklyn Nets. Minus 105 odds here on DraftKings. Okay, and finally at number 4, this goes in a direction I normally wouldn't go. We're going with a big favorite. We're going with the Boston Celtics. Minus 13.5 spread here versus the Chicago Bulls. Minus 108 odds here on FanDuel. Guys, I couldn't pass this one up. The numbers here were just too good for me to pass this one up. I think the Celtics, honestly, are going to cover this spread versus a Bulls team that is just tanking right now. They're not playing well at all. You got the Celtics here, a pretty good home spread team. They're 5-2 against the spread at home. They've covered minus 13.5 in 4 of 7 home games, and much of that was versus much better competition as well. You got the spread differential, 4th best in the NBA at home at plus 8.6. So they're covering spreads by a good margin as well, which we like to see that. On the reverse side of that, you got the Bulls 2-6 on the road against the spread. Their spread differential on the road is 4th worst at minus 5.9. So it kind of tells you the story of where these teams are at as far as road and home goes. Like I said, Bulls haven't played well at all lately. We saw them up by 21 against the Brooklyn Nets the other day and ended up losing that game almost by double digits. So there's just something that looks off with them. It's hard to even describe. They've lost 7 out of their last 8 games. To me, they just look kind of lifeless. They don't really look like, I don't know, is it a team going through the motions? Kind of appears that way. You'd think they'd be a little bit better for the talent that they have, and they just haven't been. Here, offensively, you got the Celtics 8th in offensive efficiency, Bulls 26th. You got the Celtics 4th in defensive efficiency, Bulls 22nd. So I like, obviously, again, polar opposites as far as basketball teams here. Now, the Bulls did actually play the Celtics pretty good last year. But like I said, the energy is just different to me. The Bulls last year, 2-2 versus the Celtics. They lost both games on the road at the Celtics. The Celtics won. But the Bulls covered plus 13.5 every time. I think that changes in this game, though. I think the Bulls get run off the floor by the Celtics team that is just simply much better. I expect them to win. So, love it there for our number 4 pick, guys. We're going Boston Celtics minus 13.5 spread here versus the Chicago Bulls. Minus 108 odds here on FanDuel. All right, guys, that's going to do it for our picks. If you enjoyed the content, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We are on the road to 7,000 subscribers. Guys, yesterday was absolutely terrific. Like I said, we cashed day one of our ladder challenge. Had another winning day in the NBA, our third straight winning day. 8-2 run in the NBA, so we'd like to see that. Hopefully we can keep that going. I appreciate all of you guys' support. We got a lot of good traction on our Twitter. Bunch of new subscribers, so I appreciate you guys for the support. You guys absolutely rock. Keep it up. Whatever you guys can do as far as hitting that like button, sharing these videos, I do appreciate it a lot. So appreciate you guys. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. We will catch you next time. Peace out.